At the back there, that is Sergeant Riddle. He is currently flying to you in Jack. Please put your hands together. Approaching the ground now is Flight Sergeant Leo Matthias, Sergeant Andy Lynch, Sergeant Mike Atkinson, Sergeant Marcus Shields, Sergeant Aaron O, Sergeant Greg Appleby. As you can see, it is quite windy on the GZ. So please give it up for our Union Jack flyer, Sergeant Luke Riddle!
Pilot on the ticket. We enter this half horizontal normal bonus negative 2G. Level the aircraft upside down from the surface map. This is Bob's second year with Jig's displays. He's operating a base flight of 300 feet, except for the two final passes at just 100 feet. The TUTOR obviously is the first port of call for most people's experience with aviation in the Royal Air Force, be that Royal Air Force Air Cadet or University Air Squadron student. The next maneuver is a ballistic roll, which Bob can use to gain energy for the next part of the sequence. We're not saying Bob is a qualified flying instructor, or QFI, on 115 Squadron based at RAF Wittering. He trains fellow frontline pilots into QFI. During his varied career, Bob has amassed over 8,000 flying hours on 15 different aircraft flights. This represents almost 4 years in the air. After this argument, Bob will enter the 4-point roll. Get his demonstration is a great photo opportunity. The Tutor has a top speed of 212 miles an hour, or 185 knots, and can achieve maximum positive 6G. Next, we have another wing over, and combines pitching and rolling manoeuvre used to turn the flight path through 180 degrees. You'll notice that every wing over is slightly different, as Bob carefully selects his flight path to cater for differing wing positions and aircraft energy take. Displaying the TUTOR requires careful energy management with low power-to-weight ratio. Full now roll 90 degrees while pointing straight up before completing a stall turn at almost zero airspeed. The two 90-degree turns allow Bob to continue in the same direction. The TUTOR is operated by numbers of a flight of 20,000 cadets a year. This is between 13 and 20 years old. 50 air cadets a year are now being taught by the TUTOR of the Coast Captain. After this conventional stall turn, Bob will enter the slow roll. During the slow roll, you may have noticed the Royal Air Force Benevolent Club parked on the belly of this aircraft, themed 2022 to celebrate this fantastic charity. The Benevolent Fund supports Royal Air Force personnel, air cadets and veterans wherever they are in need. We are proud to raise awareness for a charity that gives so much to the whole of the RAF family. Visit our tent or view our TUTOR display leaflets and website for access to QR codes to donate to the Benevolent Fund. For those of you that are considering to go to university, there are 16 university air squadrons across the UK. On the squadron, students are taught by the TUTOR by highly experienced flying instructors like Bob. Worth mentioning that the UAS flight syllabus does include solo aerobatics. UASs also provide a huge opportunity for personal development, as well as a wide variety of adventurous training in the UK and expeditions across the globe. I used to be a university airport student and it's the best decision I made. Now in a high-end passenger train with a jerry turn, force motor, and now we're finishing the loops, which are quintessential aerobatic maneuvers. Today, the Royal Air Force is proving a wonderful, rewarding, and demanding profession. Thank you, teacher. The development of combat.
Speed down to somewhere in the region of 120 knots.
of the crane really come into play. They do indeed. There's nearly 100 control movements per second. This aircraft is performing just to hold this very steady, stable attitude. The design, like many modern designs, is actually inherently unstable, and the well-aligned control system affords artificial stability, and also provides some service carefully handling the pilot can't take the aircraft outside the element. You've got roll control from the small flaperons, combination of flat and aileron on the wings, the flaperons, and those two camera foreplates on the floor. But also in the centre of the showground where we had our vast arrangement of training aircraft throughout the years. Of course, you couldn't do that without it. This aircraft was designed as a replacement for the Hamilton flying plane military trainer for both the RAF and the Royal Canadian Air Force, this being a product shipment of de Havilland's Canadian arm, but it was also to be produced by de Havilland at its plants in Bristol, Hatfield in Hertfordshire, and at Harden, which we were talking about earlier, the birthplace of the Battle of Britain Memorial Flights Lancaster, as well as there being production in Canada. It was designed by a Polish emigre, one Raf Cosford, who was the chief engineer of de Havilland Canada, and Francis Barr, who was the director of de Havilland in management. 145 horsepower from one of the great British aero engines, the de Havilland Gypsy Major 8, and you can see them converting that height into energy for their initial manoeuvre. Pulling up into a very close formation loop. It's quite a while actually since I've seen a formation aerobatic chipmunk display. Solo arrows, yes, but looking formation. I think the last I remember were the Caledonian chipmunks about 10-15 years ago. They shut us off first? Yes. We had them displayed.
Yes, I think the likes of John Remain and Lee Pound put formation error chipmunks at Duxton, but this, as I say, a new departure for the vintage pair this year. An initial 3 loops. Turning tightly as they come up to the right-hand end of the display line, and of course maintaining close formation, Andy, in low-powered aircraft like this is very challenging. You can't just open the throttle and suddenly accelerate, or hit the brakes and suddenly slow down. You've got to, in aviation we'll talk about being ahead of the jet, well you've certainly got to be ahead of the jet. Think about what you need to do now. It's far, far too late. Beautiful line of stern barrel rolls there. So those, because they're basically describing the inside outline of the imaginary barrel positioned on the side of the sky. The first chipmunks were delivered to the RAF 75 years ago this year to the Oxford University Air Squadron at Killington. And this flight is still on RAF cards because the Battle of Britain Memorial flight, the RAF constantly has 2 of these aircraft for tail dragger, conversion and refresher purposes. In fact, there are chipmunks on the strength of all 3 of the historic flights, the military historic flights in Britain. But those 2 now the only ones still registered because the Navy, the Royal Navy historic flight is no more. The Navy Marines Heritage flight, they're represented here. They still have a chipmunk, and we've got the historic Army aircraft flight chipmunk, with the Army Air Corps historic aircraft flight into military hands here in second flight. Leading primary role certainly in the aircraft, their experience flight services at the end of the 1990s. Yeah, 1996 was when the final one was retired by the AES. At that stage, in favour of the Scottish Aviation Bulldog, which also replaced them with the University Air Squadrons. And then, of course, now we have the Grand TUTOR in this role. And then the civil service with the Army Air Corps until 1997.
No, it's not World War.
It's not the World War, it's a different war.
It's Is it jet fighters flying around outside?
We always need to decide who's going at exactly the wrong moment.
Who's the pilot that? Oh, not his name. Or the pilot will get down.
Very rare appearance outside left.
Have you seen it though?
Yeah, I want to open it. I want to open it. I want to open it.
Now we stick with Dutch contributions to today's show. Right now, certainly the Royal Netherlands Air Force historic flight allows us to go back almost exactly 81 years to D-Day, 6th of June 1944, when the Supermarine
see it, I've got it.
You got it. Well done, you got it.
Send it.
Mom, this is actually my
keep that.
Dedicated to all service members, their families, and the members of those who made the ultimate sacrifice. The whole affair is one for you.
American, the original manufacturer by companies like Canadian Car Foundry, and in this case, by a Canadian manufacturer, Jordan. Stay operated by current heritage and Western Airlines and by what I was saying about how useful a harbour still is, and one reason why there are so many of them around, because this dates 1942, this aircraft, the older harbour still around in airworthy condition, built in Montreal, and served in Ontario as part of the British Commonwealth For a long time it's the ground instructional air freight. The Hurricane, flying a great deal, flying headquarters elsewhere. So much of that is down to this county. It was such an excellent advanced trainer for all sorts of reasons. Pretty powerful, with that 600 horsepower engine. It had the characteristics similar to And worth remembering, back in the 1930s, Spitfires, Falcons, Mustangs, single seat, and only we had 6 seaters. Back then, they were all single is a case in point. He didn't fire to his current before he started flying his current. So yes, this is a classic Red One pulls off at over 400 miles per hour and it converts the team from fast formation to a wheel-famous Diamond 9. The aircraft flows to approximately about 120 miles per hour, reaching a height of over 5.5 to 6,000 feet. As Red One brings that Diamond 9 down and bends it round to the right. Red One this year, once again for his second year as team leader, is co-leader Jim Moss, known as Monty. Monty's actually 7 years in the team, he is 5 years in Red 9, taking a year out and becoming Red One last year. He's a former Typhoon pilot and he also flew the Skyrim as a qualified flying instructor, where he flew the Skyrim display aircraft in 2012. Now into 9 arrows, the smoke will come on once again, it's the red arrow! On the right hand side, all red one he then completes his training and moves to the Typhoon Force, where he served on 3 squadrons on operations over Iraq and Syria, as well as an instructor on 29 squadrons in operational conversion units, all based at RAF Cosford. You now see those wings then, even numbers on the right, or the odd numbers on the left make themselves make rearwards. You want the widest formation that we fly. As the formation rolls out, this is the swan. You can hear those commands. You now see ready 8 and 9 behind the rest of the formation to form once again the shape of one of the most iconic aircraft ever to flow in history. From the left, the sun comes on in the Concorde! On the left-hand side of that second skeleton, still at the front, is Red 3, Blackton, and to the kill, known as aircraft, the 5th generation F-35B, which we call the Black Warrior 4.
we take our formation references from Red 1. And not necessarily the aircraft on the inside of him. He's looking all through that formation, taking that reference out of Red 1. Chris McCann is in his second year at the team. Once again, he was taken from training, made an instructor on the Tucano before joining the CR4 Tornado Force, where he got an ASC for his service on operations over Afghanistan. Coming in from the left to celebrate the Royal Air Force new capability in space and cyber, this is Apollo. You now see him split once again with red 6 and 7 in trail. Royal Air Force Cosford, get your cameras ready for the colourful and noisy Big Vixen. You now see red 6 and 7 sitting behind red 1 in the 7, red 8 and 9 trail. As they come around the right, but one of the most popular, if not the most popular, the red house slide. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Get your cameras ready. It's tornado time! 8 and 9, there we go. Red 8 and 9 go around the left formation. Watch the cushion out there now, bring them down line. And of course, there are a number of things here today at our public relations tent at the far end of the showground. Please pop along, say hello, find out about their careers in the Royal Air Force Aerobatic team and the wider Royal Air Force. You'll see Reds 8 and 9 have now joined the rest of the formation. This is your last opportunity to catch the red arrows in our world famous Diamond 9. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from the left in the Diamond 9, the red arrows. As we start the second half, it's a more dynamic, heart-pumping, jaw-dropping formation, and we start with the game formation now passing. And in the second half, we're now operating 2 distinct sections. Off to the left, got red 1 through 5, known as Enid, named after Enid White in the stage 5. Off to the right, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, known as Hannah, named after the 14 of Whiteham. One of the first members of the round, the first team that the lead team for 4 years, he took teams for 7, 2 and 9, and 4 got world famous Diamond 9. Enid on the left, Hannah on the right, on the colourful, 5, 1, keep your eyes
and stay in show centre. You'll see red 4 coming in from the right, sit behind red 1, red 5 in trail on Enid. Number 5, roll goes. Number 5 rolls around the circle of Enid in the twister. Red 5 is flat 10 is just as well. At 9, get your cameras ready for the hammer break. Hammer slip. Red 6 and 8 to our left hand side, red 7 and 9 to our right hand side. Red 7 on the right. is on the move. We are looking to help them fly back to our aircraft. One individual with the activity flight is 10, that's it, one of the limits. And in our way today, building the way for safety and keeping control. You're now to be ready 2, 3, 4 and 5 people alongside red 1, now looking left and right along their shoulder line at red 1, while maintaining 3 to 4G. The smoke will come on for the tango. Right hand side. Forward negative. In the middle. Clear, go. 4, 5 rolls the other side. Smoking the red and blue, rolling around red 6 for those and show centre. You should be able to see red 6 rolled round by red 8 and 9. Out red 7 hides in the smoke of red 6 in the centre. Together for 2025, Royal Air Force Aerobatic Team. It's the red!